Yes, South Africa, you guessed it. We are at the final part of our cook-along with Chef Mbombi. Chef, we've done quite a lot of different things here. We started off with ox liver.
Yes.
We then continued with chicken necks.
Yeah.
And then we did something unconventional. We made a boerewors stew. South Africa, you heard me right, it is a boerewors stew. And now we're doing something else, which a lot of people don't normally cook with these ingredients, but you've chosen to celebrate them.
Yeah.
We're making a dish with chicken hearts and gizzards.
We are doing a giblet combination.
Yes.
Chicken hearts and gizzards.
That's crazy.
Who does that?
Who does that? To be honest though, you had asked us that you wanted us to use chicken heads.
Sure.
They're not always easily accessible,
Yeah.
but if you can, so you said that you can make the same recipe using chicken heads and not
So
giblets.
basically, with the chicken heads, you're spicing them. As we'll go through the recipe, you will see. You just substitute the meat and you use chicken heads, and you just basically brine them. You know. So
Okay.
the very same heads that you find by the corners with the street vendors that are selling chicken heads, then that's the very same thing that you find, but it is more modernized.
Hi, Chef, let's get into this because I really want to know more about the food that we're making here, because you've mentioned a couple of times good street food, but get us into the recipe first and then we'll get into that a little later.
So the recipe, it's very, very simple. Over here, I've got my gizzards. They've been cooking for quite some time because they're very, very tough, and they take a bit longer to cook. And here I've got my chicken hearts. I love them so much because I have a story why I love chicken hearts. I don't know if you know Nkulele Katlego.
Okay.
Nkulele K1, and there was a guy who used to sell chicken hearts at a place where is a hurricane.
Okay.
You know, the outlet maintains these chicken hearts in Biwababa. From that day, I fell in love with chicken hearts because of that guy. This has been cooking, our gizzards, and we've got hearts in here. So I'll take our gizzards because they've been cooking for quite some time.
Okay.
Just drain them.
So you said for quite some time. How long is quite some time?
So it could be an hour.
Okay.
An hour until they are soft, depending on the softness that you want.
Okay.
So if you want them extra soft, then you can take it further. So we're gonna mix the two together.
Okay.
These are the hearts, the gizzards.
And luckily, once again, yes, most people know that when we're cooking with chicken, we want to make sure that it's cooked through fully. But in this case, you've mixed the cooked and the raw because it's still going to get cooked again. So we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, because the cooking time for the chicken hearts, right, they cook quicker.
Quicker, okay.
So this, for the gizzard, it has to be soft. Okay. So we cannot give it the very same
cooking time.
The very same cooking time. Okay. So we're going to put our black pepper in here.
Okay.
A bit of salt. So this doesn't require a lot of spices. So chicken spice, I know one of the favorite for a lot of people.
And that's another thing. We've maintained a theme of economical ingredients. You've used almost the same ingredients or similar spices throughout the dishes, meaning that basically you have those ingredients in your pantry, you just reuse them and just cook different ingredients basically.
Now, I'm gonna put in Vodka style Vista, well, I'll call it Vista sauce, please don't blame me.
Worcestershire sauce.
What?
That thing, South Africa, we're putting Worcestershire sauce into, however you pronounce it, we're putting that into
Vista sauce.
Okay.
Vista sauce.
Into your giblets and your hearts.
So, our cooking oil, olive oil, whatever it is that you'll be using.
The one thing I have to mention, South Africa, though, is because of the kind of ingredients and dishes we're making, because we want to cook at high temperature, it is advisable that you use an oil that has a high smoking point. So any canola oil, sunflower oil, olive oil might burn too quickly, so rather use an oil that has more sustenance, like perhaps sunflower oil or canola oil.
Sure.
From here.
So we're gonna throw everything here. We're gonna keep this on a very high heat while it's cooking. And we're gonna finish it off by adding some barbecue sauce onto this. So for me, I like this as a snack.
Okay.
You know, just do this, snack, TV, soccer, That's how I love to enjoy it. So
Okay.
this one is for enjoyment. This one is for, you can call it a starter.
Okay.
You know, before you eat the other meals that you've actually prepared. So yeah, saving the best for
Saving the best for last.
saving the best for last.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's good to know, Chef. And I think that's what people basically want to know about you.
Yeah.
Who is Chef Mbonani? The fact that you've gotten into food, and we can see the passion in your eyes when you speak about it. Like, why food? Why did you decide to become a chef? Is there something that inspired that? Is there someone who influenced your decision to become a chef and cook?
I took home economics as a subject, and I took it as a chill class, basically, to be honest. I took it because, there
No
was
one
that
does anything.
concept that you don't do anything, you just go chill. And I just fell in love with it, you know? So from there, I went to HTA, and the love grew. The love for this basically grew, and to a point where, yes, it was influenced by different other cuisines, but African, food dominated the whole thing that I was doing, and yeah.
That's an amazing story, and I think I want to pose the question to you, South Africa, as well. I've mentioned that there's a special place in my heart, in my hood, that does the most amazing street food, and you've mentioned as well Ligato Hong. So what is the one item that is street food for you, South Africa, that you think your neighborhood makes and is the best? Post on social media on afternoonexpress.co.za and hashtag afternoonexpress, and let us know what your idea is of what the best place is for you. But Chef, how are we looking on that dish right now?
Because the gizzards have been cooking and the gizzards are soft, and the frying part, you roughly need 10 minutes to do this. So 10 minutes, high heat, you fry those gizzards and hearts. Then to finish it off, you then throw in your barbecue sauce.
Okay.
Give that a twist, and remove from the heat.
I definitely can't wait to try those. And one thing you did mention is that you do love food, and you enjoy basically the preparation of it and the community of it.
Yeah.
And one other thing that's going to be happening later is that we're going to be joined by two of your friends who will actually be joining into this amazing meal with us. Who are these two surprise people that are joining us?
I don't want to ruin the surprise.
Okay, you don't want to ruin the surprise.
You'll see.
Okay, South Africa, we've got an amazing surprise coming up.